G'day everyone and welcome to Inside Rugby. My name is Mark. If you haven't been here before, I'm a Kiwi rugby fan living here in beautiful Cancun in Mexico. Now we're just about to come up to a year of this channel being in place and we're approaching 10,000 subscribers. I want to thank you all very much for that support, because I started this off as a bit of a hobby and just because of my passion for the game of rugby. And it seems as though there's a lot of great rugby fans around the world, and many of you have found your way to my channel. So thank you very much for supporting the channel, and I'm going to do my best to keep growing the channel as we go forward. We've got a lot of fantastic rugby coming up over the next few years, that's for sure. Now in today's video I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm watching 4 major competitions around the world at the moment, and I was wondering what you guys and girls would think are the best teams going around in world rugby at the moment. I'm talking about Super Rugby down under in New Zealand and Australia, and of course Fiji involved there as well. I'm talking about the Gallagher Premiership in the UK. I'm talking about the URC Championship, and I'm talking about the top 14 in France. So from those particular competitions, let's have a look at where the standings are as we head into the next round of competitions. So let's start off and look at the Super Rugby competition first of all down under and see how that's standing after the latest round of games. And we've got the Blues in first place, and Vern Cotter's got to be applauded, I think, in terms of what he's done with this Blues team. They're playing very good rugby at the moment. There's been a couple of standout players in that team. Hoskins Satutu is playing very well, and also Caleb Clark I think is going pretty well for the Blues at the moment. And then in second place in the Super Rugby competition at this stage is the Hurricanes, followed by the Brumbies, then the Chiefs, and then the Melbourne Rebels in 5th place. So let me know what team you've enjoyed watching the most in that particular competition, and who do you think is going to end up winning the Super Rugby competition in 2024. I'd really like to know your views on that one. Then moving over to the English Premiership, or the Gallagher Premiership I should be calling it. And in the current standings in that competition at the moment, we have Northampton in the first place, we have Bath, Saracens, Harlequins and Bristol. And there's been some pretty good games in that competition as well. Now, even though Northampton is currently leading that competition, I'd like to know again from you who you think is going to win the Gallagher Premiership this year, and who do you think is playing the best rugby. Tell me why you think they're playing the best rugby, and what have you seen of note so far in the games in the Gallagher Premiership. Really like to know that one from you. Okay, heading over to France and looking at the top 14 as they're standing at the moment. And in first position it's Stade Francais, followed by Toulouse, Racing 92, then Toulon, and then we've got La Rochelle. And of course we've got that big game coming up this weekend between La Rochelle and Leinster in the Champions Cup quarter-final, going to be played at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. Really looking forward to that, and you can catch my preview video to that game here on Inside Rugby later on this week. So out of those teams currently in the top 5 in France, who do you think's playing the best rugby? Has there been a particular team that stood out for you? And if so, tell me why in the comments. I'd really like to know your view on why you're enjoying watching that particular team play in this year's top 14 competition. Okay, and then the last competition I've been looking at is the URC, and we've got Leinster out in front in that competition, followed by the Glasgow Warriors, then the Bulls, then Munster, and then the Stormers. And we had Leinster, of course, playing against the Leicester Tigers last weekend. I don't think they win as well against the Tigers as they had done against the Bulls in the previous week. And I think they'll need to step up their game if they're going to have any chance to beat La Rochelle this weekend in the Champions Cup. But in the URC competition, Leinster's playing very well, and of course they've got a number of players out injured at the moment, waiting for Gary Ringrose to come back in, which of course will make a difference in that Leinster backline. But again, let me know what team you've enjoyed watching the most in the URC Championship so far this year. Let me know who you think's going to win that competition this year. And when we look across those 4 competitions, what team do you think is playing the best rugby? Let me know in the comments below. Is it a team from the Super Rugby competition? Is it a team from the top 14 from the Gallagher's Premiership? Or is it from the URC? I'd really like to know your view on that one. And let me know what players you think are standing out in those particular teams as well. I think the Blues are playing really, really well in the Super Rugby. Northampton's going really well in the Premiership, of course. Stade Francais is doing the job in the top 14. And I can't get over how good this Leinster team is, and I can't wait for them to get back to their full complement. I think they're going to really, really be able to turn it on this year. And it wouldn't be surprising to me if they won the Champions Cup as well as winning the URC Championship as well. Let me know if you agree with my comment on that one, or whether you see a different way and a different pattern going, particularly in the Champions Cup. Love to hear your view on that one. And in closing, thank you very much again. If you're one of the nearly 10,000 subscribers on this Inside Rugby channel, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been an amazing journey so far, and we've got plenty of amazing rugby coming up over the next few years. So I look forward to bringing that to you all. Until next time, stay well, stay safe, keep enjoying your rugby, and I'll see you again very soon from Mexico. Adios for now.